Few places are as high on the bucket lists of tourists as Italy. Whatever your travel preferences are, you'll find them satisfied in this nation that is both exotic and familiar. History, art, gastronomy, music, architecture, culture, religious places, lovely villages, and breathtaking landscape abound, and all in an environment that only the most jaded cynic could resist. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Travel and Living. In today's video, we are going to go over the top 10 best places to visit in Italy in 2022. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number 10. Naples. While canals define Venice and the Renaissance defines Florence, it is the sheer exuberance of Naples that will captivate you. It's a lively area, with small streets brimming with color, commotion, and energy. Naples has a lot to see, and experience, with its treasure-filled churches, beautiful palaces showered in European royalty's treasures, and its renowned archaeological museum showing findings from neighboring Pompeii. Join the natives in strolling along the waterfront to enjoy views of Mount Vesuvius across the bay, taking a boat to the island of Capri or enchanting Sorrento, shopping in the glass-domed Galleria Umberto I, and, of course, sampling the pizza Neapolitans claim to have invented it. Number 9. Sienna. Sienna challenged Florence for its arts and culture during its peak in the 13th and 14th centuries, and it still retains a plethora of art and architectural masterpieces. The majestic Cathedral of Santa Maria Assunta, with its inlaid marble front and striped bell tower, stands out amid Sienna's primarily red brick architecture. The inside of the cathedral is a museum including works by notable painters and sculptors like Donatello, Giovanni Pisano, Bernini, and Lorenzo Ghiberti. But art riches aren't Sienna's main draw. The meandering ancient lanes and spacious plazas beckon you to explore. Piazza del Campo is regarded as one of Europe's most beautiful medieval public squares. Every summer, this massive, sloping main piazza is the site of the Palio, a chaotic horse race. Number 8. Verona. This former Roman stronghold's tiny historic core is enveloped by a deep bend in the Adige River. The amazing well-preserved 1st century Roman arena, site of the world-renowned Summer Opera Festival, dominates its core. Several Roman arches are interspersed amid the medieval and Renaissance structures, many of which reflect Verona's long history as a Venetian province. Along the river, the enormous Castelvecchio, a 14th-century fortress, guards the Ponte Scalagero, a brick-arched bridge. Despite its rich architectural and artistic heritage, Verona's most famous tourist attraction is purely fictitious. Verona was the scene for Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, and locals have complied by building homes, balconies, and even a mausoleum for the imaginary characters throughout the last century. Number 7. The Sink Terra. The 5 settlements that cling to the high, rocky Mediterranean coast north of La Spezia were nearly impossible to reach by land until the railway tunneled through the headlands that separated them. The route that villagers used to move from town to town is today one of Italy's great walks. The shortest and largest portion, between Manarola and Rio Maggiore, is known as the Via dell'Amore, and will be blocked until sometime in 2022 owing to a landslide. Although most visitors' purpose is to hike the path, don't miss the delights of stopping in these little settlements. Rio Maggiore and Vernazza, with their small alleys leading down to little rock-bound ports, have the greatest character, and the Sink Terra, despite its recent popularity with visitors, remains one of Italy's most alluring sights. Number 6. Amalfi Coast and Capri. Just south of Naples, the steep, precipitous Amalfi Peninsula juts abruptly into the Mediterranean, forming the southern margin of Naples Bay. It's difficult to imagine a more picturesque or unlikely setting for the cities that strew down its high slopes. Most of the streets in these charming villages are stairways, and the buildings appear to be attached to the cliffs behind them. Flowers blossom everywhere, and beaches are tucked away in green nooks underneath the villages. The Amalfi Drive, which runs along the southern coast, is one of the world's most beautiful drives. Capri, with its blue grotto marine grotto, magnificent mansions, and beautiful gardens, is located at the tip of the peninsula and is easily accessible by regular boats. Sorrento, on the northern coast of the Amalfi Peninsula, is a superb base and an accessible day excursion from all of the region's attractions. Number 5. Lake Como. Como, Italy's most beautiful lake, has been a favored summer hideaway of the affluent and famous since ancient Romans fled Milan's summer heat to cool off in villas along its steep slopes. Later villas adorn its densely packed cities, particularly the lovely Bellagio, which is skillfully positioned on a point where the lake's 3 narrow arms meet. Because of a microclimate that keeps Como's western coast mild even in winter, the snowy peaks of the Alps to the north may be seen amid pom-poms and camellias. Don't pass up the town of Como on the lake's southern side. It's well worth a visit before boarding a steamboat to explore the lake. Lake Maggiore, to the west of Lake Como, has its own charms, while Lake Garda, to the east, is a summer playground full of water sports and other activities. Number 4. Milan. Although Milan serves as a key entrance point for tourists due to its airport, it is sometimes neglected as a destination in its own right. That's a pity, because Milan offers one of the largest concentrations of creative and architectural attractions in all of Italy, and it's a must-see for anybody interested in design and fashion, not to mention shopping. Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Verdi, Enrico Caruso, Toscanini, and designer Giorgio Armani have all called Milan their home and workplace. Milan's gigantic cathedral, Il Duomo, is one of the world's most stunning buildings and the best example of the flamboyant Gothic architecture. La Scala is the world's most prominent opera theater. Da Vinci's The Last Supper hangs on the wall of a monastery, and museums and palaces abound throughout the city, housing some of the world's best art. No fashionista can pass up a trip around the famous Quadrilatero. Number 3. Venice. Who couldn't fall in love with a city whose streets are made of water, whose buses are boats, and where gondoliers' melodies float in the air? It is a magnificent city, and the city itself is the main draw for travelers. The city's focal point is the vast Piazza San Marco, often known as St. Mark's Square, which is bordered by some of the city's most popular tourist attractions. The massive Basilica of St. Mark is next to the Doge's Palace, and the lofty Campanile towers above both. Gondolas cluster at the end of the plaza on the Grand Canal, and a gate under the clock tower leads into a labyrinth of small, twisting tunnels where you're bound to get lost on your trip to Rialto Bridge. Getting lost, on the other hand, is one of Venice's greatest delights, where a postcard view awaits around every turn. Number 2. Florence. Florence, the epicenter of the Italian Renaissance, might appear to be one gigantic art gallery at times. The Duomo, our Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore, is a world architectural icon crowned by a gigantic dome that defies gravity. This is one of the world's best Renaissance art ensembles, with its marble inlaid bell tower by Giotto and the octagonal baptistry with its outstanding bronze doors by Ghiberti. A half-dozen art museums are brimming with paintings and sculpture, while more treasures adorn the city's churches and palaces. Before you overdo it on art at the Uffizi Gallery and Pitti Palace, take a stroll through the Boboli Gardens and explore the Altrarno's craftsmen, studios and workshops, or go leather shopping in Santa Croce. Number 1. Rome. For most tourists visiting to Italy, Rome ranks first on their list of locations to see, both for its past as the capital of much of ancient Europe and for its current status as one of Europe's most active cities. The primary attractions include relics of its former glory: the Colosseum, the Forum, the Pantheon, the Appian Way, and the Palatine Hill, along with the great wealth of the Vatican. But, in between the major attractions, such as the Sistine Chapel and Michelangelo's Pietà, spend some time to experience the city itself. Relax in the Borghese Gardens, enjoy gelato on the Spanish Steps, wander the little lanes of Trastevere, drink morning cappuccino in cafes, window shop on the Via Veneto, and toss a coin in Trevi Fountain to return again and again. It will take numerous visits to see everything. So, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you liked this video? If so, then, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you never miss any video. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Thanks for watching.